So if we could lean into another NBA 75 guy, we've been talking a lot about him recently, is Damian Lillard. And we were talking about last episode whether he could go to the Bucks, and we weren't even sold on whether he was leaving or not. So, but there's another star that we also don't know if he's leaving ever, is Bradley Beal, because of how okay he is. I mean, he's obviously like frustrated, but he's still in Washington. He's okay with losing. Who's more likely to leave, Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal?
I think more likely to leave is Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
I think that might come off as a surprise, but it sounds like the Wizards are probably going to offer Bradley Beal a 5-year, $250 million extension this offseason. So if they end up doing that and he accepts it, which it sounds like he's willing to do, because I think he's just really just wants to maximize the dollars here, maybe request the trade later. I don't really understand why either side, or I don't really understand why the Wizards would do that. But it sounds like that's probably what's going to happen.
They're going to do anything to keep him, I guess. And I mean, I sort of agree with them. Bradley Beal is one of those guys where he could probably justify it. He'd be probably, 37 by the time that's done. That is a stretch. And you could say, does he deserve it over Harden? Because Harden may not even get it, So we'll see. But you're right. I think Lillard, they haven't had a worthy cast around
I think that
him.
they'll both get it. I mean, I think Harden would probably get one too.
Yeah, I mean they're going to have to.
He's got his boy Maury over there.
Oh, yeah. But, so, let's look at each of the teams, right? So, Lillard, I'd say there's more star potential with Anthony Simons, Josh Hart. They have the 7th pick. They certainly have more young potential, and Anthony Simons has played great the second half of the season. Granted, they traded away CJ, who we really like CJ, and then Nurkic is probably leaving, so it's going to be total overhaul. But the Trailblazers are showing that they're making moves. They're doing something to change up. Whereas Bradley Beal, I mean, they did make the Porzingis trade, but, I mean, what? I mean, they haven't gone anywhere. At least with Lillard, they went to the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, so far it looks like the Wizards lost that trade too.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely did, because Dinwiddie's playing great for the Mavericks. He's just like I said, he's been the best bench player in the playoffs, arguably one of the best bench players in the playoffs. He's the 3rd scoring option for that team, and I think he's doing really well. But Beal, there's no end in sight. He's the best star next to him is either Kuzma or Porzingis, and either one you pick, you lose. So I don't know what else the Wizards could do, too. Like, what are you going to do, trade Porzingis again? Like, you're going to have to hang out in his contract. And at least with Lillard, on Lillard's side, the Portland Trailblazers will have enough for a max slot in 2023. It'll take until 2025 till the Wizards finally get a max slot open. So they're pretty bought into the contract, so it's a pretty tough position.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Blazers are in a fine spot with Damian Lillard. Like, giving him the extension is like a little bit risky, but I like giving him the extension more than I do giving Beal that. Because, I mean, the Wizards are just strapped more. The Blazers have a little bit of more potential to actually get something going here for a last run with him.
Yeah. And Damian Lillard has proven he can drag a team to the Western Conference Finals, and Bradley Beal can barely drag a team to the play-in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what have we seen from Beal outside of one extremely good scoring season that's made us think this is a guy worth building around? They've tried building around him for the last decade plus. Yeah,
and maybe that's another argument for, is it on Bradley Beal or is it on the Wizards? But I agree with you. Damian Lillard's, he's pretty set. Actually, wait, you said Damian. No, I think Bradley Beal is more likely to leave. I mixed it up. So that all because of this stuff. And I think he's going to get his money, going to play there for a year, because they can't trade him after a year anyway, the first year of his extension. I think he's going to end up somewhere else. I don't know where yet. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see him go to another team and be like the second option, because he'd be like an amazing second option.
Yeah.
But where would he go? That makes sense.
Bucks.
Bucks.
Bucks. The Orlando Magic for Terrence Ross. I don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, it's probably like 2 years down the road before anything ever happens. I mean, he could surprise everyone and just go and enter free agency this year.
In 2 years, he ain't gonna get traded. I feel like, because like, what if he? I mean, what is he gonna be worth at that point? He's gonna be on a mega contract, and he's gonna be what, 35?
Yeah.
And who knows like how injured he'll be at that point? But like, we already know pretty much what he is as a player. He's a great scorer, but he's an inefficient one.
Yeah, or he was inefficient this season.
Yeah.
I mean, his career, what are his career totals? I have him here. Career 45, 37, 82. It's not the worst efficiency, especially for a superstar at the volume he was doing. 22 points per game, 4 and 4. I think that's fine for career numbers. He's been doing.
Team always seems to have terrible chemistry.
Yeah. I'm not convinced it's around him. I'm convinced more that's on the just shitty drafting. I mean, Advia, Hachimura, Kispert, none of them have turned out.
He creates good situations.
Yeah, they also haven't been lucky in the lottery, which sucks for them because what was their last high pick? You know, it was like I think Hachimura was like 8. Or 9.
Yeah, I mean, they drafted John Wall and Bradley Beal like a couple of years apart, like forever ago. And since then, I have no idea who they drafted that's been worth a damn. I mean, like Thomas Oubre. Bryant is okay. Kelly Oubre is okay, but like they haven't drafted a guy on the next level. Like those guys are just role players.
Yeah, I think it's time that they might have to take something out of Orlando's book and just be like, all right, man, listen, like we like you. Just we need to go in a different direction. I mean, Orlando did do that pretty quick. I mean, they at least hit the playoffs twice. You know, hard to think that the Orlando Magic with Vucevic had more accomplishments than the Washington Wizards with Bradley Beal, but that's kind of it.
It's like one of their biggest accomplishments was going on a run to barely make the 8th seed with a below 500 record. Yeah. And, you know, that was like a big deal. It was like,
and then get swept in the playoffs.
You guys didn't have a good season. You were under 500. That's not a good season.
Oh, I know. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. As soon as they do that, you're going to hear some trade offers from me. I'll pull out the book. I'll get them going. We're going to see. I'm going to be right about something. I mean, I was right about one thing. That was Harold going to the Hornets. And I said, but that was about it. That's all I was right about. So that's okay. But, let's go.
Yeah. Got it.
I'm just here to tell you guys, like and subscribe, but please do that. Also, comment below. Let us know what you guys thought about this video. If you want to roast us. If you want to compliment us, please. I need compliments.